City, on the other hand, are of the belief that if this APT rule is somehow scrapped out, then all the cards that the Premier League has against them will come crumbling. Hey everybody, hey my people, welcome back to another official episode of Neme Football Forum. Don't forget to join our conversation and celebrate the game. My name is Neme and I'm your host on this show. Today we're talking about the English Premier League legal drama between EPL and Manchester City. We'll be breaking down this conversation into the tiniest terms for everybody to understand what's going on. But before we go into the full detail of today's conversation, we'd love for you to please give us a like, subscribe to my channel and follow me on all social media platforms. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome. My name is Deme, and I would love for you to please hit the subscribe button and be a part of this community. Trust me, no regrets. You won't regret joining us. Speaking of the English Premier League legal drama between the EPL and Manchester City, Manchester City are taking the Premier League to court. City Football Group, which consists of 13 businesses, with Manchester City being the most prominent out of all this business. Manchester City are taking the Premier League to court in a landmark suit under the claims of tyranny of the majority. They've turned their legal action to be unlawful and uncompetitive APT rule. APT rule simply means Associated Party Transaction Rule, and this rule was introduced by the English Premier League in 2021 as a response to Newcastle's takeover by Saudi-backed investment fund. APT rule essentially means businesses being owned by the same ownership. So, for example, we have Manchester City and the Etihad. Etihad Airways, as we all know, are sponsors of Manchester City, and they are owned by the Al Nahyan family. The owner of Manchester City is Sheikh Mosul, and he is also a member of the Al Nahyan family. So technically, there's a relationship between the Manchester City owner and Manchester City sponsor. So Etihad Airways, they endorse Manchester City Stadium, the Etihad Stadium, their jerseys, their wares, and they signed a 10-year sponsorship deal. The Premier League are making it seem like, okay, you know what? We are in a position where your sponsor and your owners are related. So now we can monitor the transactions that are going into your club. There are certain limits. There's a certain amount that a club is permitted to spend in a season. But now the Premier League is saying, you know what, we don't know how the transaction, nobody's monitoring it because you and your sponsors, you are the same people, you are related. So this is what brought about this whole FFP, financial fair play breach, and the 115 charges that the Premier League slammed against Manchester City. Manchester City, on the other hand, are of the belief that if this APT rule is somehow scrapped out, then all the cards that the Premier League has against them will come crumbling. The charges will disappear. Everything will just collapse because that is the base of all of this legal drama, all of these charges that they have against them. The base is the Associated Party Transaction Rule. Manchester City, on the other hand, are not sleeping, they're coming prepared. Their legal team is led by Lord David Panic. Lord David Panic is one of the most expensive barristers in England, and he'll be leading a team of 3 King Counsel. Lord David Panic he's one of the most expensive, like I said, and he charges £5,000 to £10,000 per hour. The Premier League, on the other hand, as we learned, are also not playing. They set aside £20 million for this legal case. We don't know how true, but we've also learned that the Premier League have said if Manchester City are found guilty, then they will have to compensate the Premier League with the sum of £1 billion, and they will most likely get expelled or relegated from the league. But they will not be ripped off their titles, their trophies, and all their successes. But we want to know, to be honest, it's a very sensitive topic, but I really want to know your opinions on this conversation. Do you believe Manchester City are fighting a good cause? Because peradventure Manchester City wins this legal case, then they will not just be doing it for themselves, but they will also be doing it for so many other clubs that have found themselves in this position. Some of the core reasons why the Premier League set up this Associated Party Transaction Rule, the first one they claim is to provide a situation where we have competitive balance in the league, where both small clubs and big clubs can fight for the same title. And the second one is trying to ensure that sporting merits are not based on financial minds. And then the last one, avoiding a situation of hegemony. Hegemony simply means dominance by certain group of people, but in this situation, dominance by certain clubs. We have in other leagues like La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, we have certain clubs that are always like in top 2, top 3 positions. They always dominate their league. So the Premier League are trying to avoid situations like that. They want to create a balance in the English Premier League. That is why they created this whole associated party transaction rule. So let us know, because if Man City should win this, like I said, it will definitely change the dynamics in the English Premier League. It's not going to be like an easy battle. So I want to know, do you believe Premier League wrong and Man City right, or do you feel like reverse is the case? City is a very sensitive topic, honestly, and is a bit tricky. So I want to know your own honest opinions. I'm just here reporting the Premier League has to say about all of this legal case. I think there will be a hearing today, Monday, and the next one will be in November. So let us know your thoughts and your opinion about this conversation. I want to know your thoughts. But while you're at that, please give us a like, subscribe to my channel, share my content with those you feel will find this particular video worthwhile, and be a part of this community. I'll see you on my next video. Until then, to have a lovely time. Bye.